previously in the Trojan War.
The armies drew back on either side, and in the space between, Paris and Menelaus faced each other. The Trojan War. More than 1,000 years before Christ, near the eastern end of the Mediterranean, was a great city, very rich and powerful, second to none on earth. The name of it was Troy, and even today, no city is more famous. The cause of this long-lasting fame was a war told in one of the world's greatest poems, the Iliad. All friends of the murderous war god were there to urge men on to slaughter each other. The voice of groaning was heard in the voice of triumph from slayer and from slain, and the earth steamed with blood. On the Greek side, with Achilles gone, the two greatest champions were Ajax and Diomedes. They fought gloriously that day, and many a Trojan lay on his face in the dust before them. The best and the bravest next to Hector, the prince AENEAS, came near to death at Diomedes' hands. He was of more than royal blood. His mother was Aphrodite herself, and when Diomedes wounded him, she hastened down to the battlefield to save him. She lifted him in her soft arms, but Diomedes, knowing she was a coward goddess, not one of those who like Athena are masters when warriors fight, leaped toward her and wounded her hand. Crying out, she left AENEAS fall, and weeping for pain made her way to Olympus, where Zeus, smiling to see the laughter-loving goddess in tears, bade her stay away from battle and remember hers were the works of love and not of war. But although his mother failed him, AENEAS was not killed. Apollo enveloped him in a cloud and carried him to sacred Pergamus, the holy place of Troy, where Artemis healed him of his wound. But Diomedes raged on, working havoc in the Trojan ranks until he came face to face with Hector. There, to his dismay, he saw ARIES too. The blood-stained murderous god of war was fighting for Hector. At the sight, Diomedes shuddered and cried to the Greeks to fall back slowly, however, and with their faces toward the Trojans. Then Hera was angry. She urged her horses to Olympus and asked Zeus if she might drive that bane of men, ARIES, from the battlefield. Zeus, who loved him no more than Hera did, even though he was their son, willingly gave her leave. She hastened down to stand beside Diomedes and urged him to smite the terrible god and have no fear. At that, joy filled the hero's heart. He rushed at ARIES and hurled his spear at him. Athena drove it home, and it entered ARIES' body. The war god bellowed as loud as 10,000 cry in battle, and at that awful sound trembling seized the whole host, Greeks and Trojans alike. Ares, really a bully at heart and unable to bear what he brought upon unnumbered multitudes of men, fled up to Zeus in Olympus and complained bitterly of Athena's violence. But Zeus looked at him sternly and told him he was as intolerable as his mother, and bade him cease his whining. With Ares gone, however, the Trojans were forced to fall back. At this crisis, a brother of Hector's, wise in discerning the will of the gods, urged Hector to go with all speed to the city and tell the queen, his mother, to offer to Athena most beautiful robe she owned and pray her to have mercy. Hector felt the wisdom of the advice and sped through the gates to the palace, where his mother did all as he said.